And Charlene basically had this one day series that says, hey, what? Forget about COVID. Let's just think about us, talk about us, and switch off COVID. And that is how I came out of the COVID, I have to call it a COVID
Hmm.
depression, because
Yeah.
it is something that we didn't expect. And when we all got into it, you realize that, literally everything shut down. We were all at home. There was no place to go, and it was just so unpredictable. And because I was able to come out of that mental state, not physical, mental state, and
Hmm.
really and truly forget about COVID, and just concentrate on positive things. So yes, it didn't always focus on work, but it focused on, okay, what could I do, and not listen to all the news, and not so much the news, but all the WhatsApps and the all the different things that were all very negative. We really had to screen yourself out of it. And that is something that I took from COVID coming forward, because we have to guard our minds against what everybody or what the world is telling us. You have to tell yourself, this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to achieve it. And the universe conspires to make sure that you succeed. Isn't that true? So we learned that
That's it. That's Paulo Coelho. Uh-huh.
as we learn that
Yeah.
as well.
That's my quote.
Of course, because it is true. Once you make these steps and you start to put one foot in front of the other, you don't have to do big steps. You realize that things open up to you. You see possibilities, you get opportunities, things that you didn't know were there, or people that you didn't know were there suddenly reach out to help you. And sometimes it's people that you don't know. It's not the people that you know, it's the people that you don't know will suddenly reach out and say, yes, let's do this. So the mind, I think that was important in terms of coming out of COVID and really adjusting the mindset. And the other thing that was key to me was planning. So you plan every step. This is what I want to achieve every step of the way. It does not mean that you will achieve everything along the way. What it does, it provides accountability. So why didn't I achieve it? Is it that something else came up that was more important, which is, acceptable? So you don't beat yourself up about that. Or is it that I got
Yeah.
distracted and then next week I have to work, or next month I have to work harder, which is also fine. But it allows you to personally measure yourself as you go along. And therefore you feel better as you accomplish one little thing. You feel better, so you get inspired to do something else. And as you get
Yeah.
inspired,
Yeah.
you do more, and you do more, and pretty soon you were doing two things before, and then suddenly you're doing 10 things, and you feel really good. And there will be days when people, things, situations knock you down. You go and you have your good cry. I've had that too. Cry, and then then because
We're
you
being
have
we're being real here, Dawn. It's not always,
no,
we're
no, no,
floating through
no.
the air and it's always a good feeling. We're being real. There's some times
You know,
where you do have those
yeah,
days, and sometimes it's more
yeah.
than a day.
So, of course, of course. And you go and you say, okay, and because you have done things before, it helps you to refocus. So you say, okay, all right. So today was not a good day. I'm just going to chalk it up to today was not a good day, and you forget about it. But
Uh-huh.
tomorrow be a better day, and you move
Yeah.
on. And that is what I think happened. And I cannot say, I mean, I've heard people talk about, the COVID year, and they wish it was finished, and so many negative things about it. But I have to say, I mean, there have been lots of negatives, but there have been so many positives as well. So we really have to look for the positive things to keep us
Yeah.
grounded. That's what I would say.
And and Dawn, as you said, as you started, it all starts with our mindset. And actually, that's what we started with in April when we had our series with Thriving in Crisis. Starting with our mindset, because what we focus on grows. If we keep focusing on only the negative, and we were bombarded with so much negativity at the beginning in terms of news. I mean, we're still getting the news, but I think people have sort of weaned themselves out off of the every minute update.
Yes. Yes.
So, you know, that environment and that context and having an update of news, you know, almost an hour, and really sad, depressing news, as I tell people, after a while, it affects your mind and it affects how you respond, and what we focus on grows. So if we have a negative mindset, you find that you will not be able to see the opportunities. You would not be able to see somebody reaching out to help you.
Yeah.
You would probably question why, if they have a, you know, ulterior motive. So there's so many things, good things that will happen, but you just would not see it, and you may just pass it by. So, you know, so I endorse that 100%, that the first tip, the first strategy will be, you know, with all our plans that we have to do, let's start with our mindset first. I remember telling somebody up to today that the same way we feed, it was a response I wrote on LinkedIn. We feed our bodies. Yeah, we have a sandwich, we have food, pilau, whatever. We feed our souls. For those who believe, we pray, we go to church. What about our minds? What about that part of us that really drives everything else? So we must also feed our minds positive, good information to take us where we want to go. Whatever it is, if it's goal setting, we should be looking at goal setting videos. And anyway, I don't want to get too much into that because I have Gabby that I want to ask. Gabs. So, Gabs, I'm going to ask you the same question. Tell me mindset. It's March, whatever date was, what day? Somehow 25th stayed in my mind. I think that's the day they probably locked down. You know, tell me your thought process in March, Gabby.
So mine was a bit of paranoia slash happiness in a sense. Happiness in the sense that I'm like, yeah, my mom is home. I get to spend more time with her. My brother is home. Everybody's at home. And I'm like, wait, hold on. What's going on here? The world is going haywire. This is happening to everyone. What am I going to do? What's my next step? And then I start getting distressed and there's no plan. And what do I do? Then, of course, shout out to my very close friend, Carice, because she's the one who introduced me to the Thrive in Crisis course. So I started with that course in April, and I've always heard about, you know, planning your goals and what are your dreams and everything like that. I've always heard about it, but I never knew how to achieve it exactly, right, in terms of planning exactly what you want to do. Okay, yeah, you have a goal, but how do you achieve that? What's the steps you have to do? Breaking it down. And something very important that you said, feeding your minds. And one of the things that really stood out to me in that course was rewards, because I never thought, well, okay, I did a good job. I don't have to reward myself. Let me just work harder the next day and keep working and keep working, right, and keep working. But that actually affects you in a very negative way. So rewarding yourself due to the hard work that you accomplished, even if you didn't accomplish some of the things, that's fine. But rewarding yourself in any little way that you can definitely improve your mood and help you to do better the next time. And after the course, I would say that I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I was still very nervous. I thought, well, nobody is going to take me on. I don't have the equipment to do the things that I want to do. Who's going to like my pictures? There's nobody there. And still, I remember what you said during the course, just do it. Just do it. It doesn't matter. Just do it.
Yeah. I remember we had that conversation, that just do it conversation.
Just do it. And that's what I did. I just did it. And it started with one simple post on Instagram. It wasn't even anything on food. It was based on how to clean your vegetables during COVID-19. And that started my Balance Bits with Gabs blog that has now turned into this social media phenomenon with me working with different brands that I never thought I would have worked with before. I'm just a novice in the kitchen. And yeah, it's really been, the transformation has been, wow, it's been really amazing.
And Gabby, if I remember, like I said, I remember we had that Just Do It conversation. And like you said, you wanted who will take you on, and you wanted to
Yeah.
start your blog. And what I admire about you, Gabby, is that you were consistent. You showed up.
Yeah.
And, that's what we all have to do, with our goals, with the things we want to achieve. We have to show up. For Gabby, it was showing up on social media. For others, it may be showing up, whether at your workplace, showing up to get your goals done. After, as Dawn said, you have a plan of action. You got to work the plan. Create a plan for your work and work the plan. So that's key. So I know for Gabby that she showed up, and because she showed up, I mean, every time I see her on Facebook, I mean, I say Gabby's a star. Gabby recently, I know you're trying to be quite modest and humble, but Gabby recently hosted a series with National Flour Mills. And I know you did some work with Nestle. Am I correct?
I did some work with Nestle. I'm
Yeah, I
currently
remember
doing
that.
some work with
Yeah.
Eastern Credit Union. I also did some work with a few small businesses as well during the COVID period.
Yeah. So I know she has been so busy that she's looking for a little rest now for Christmas.
Yes, that's the
So
reward.
so it's really about, as Dawn shared, it's about your mindset. So that will be the first takeaway, if any, because again, Gabby also had to shift her mindset, from would anybody listen to me, to even show up and write your blog, even if you had an audience of one, because it's going to grow. Once you add in value, it's going to grow. Somebody's going to see you sometime once you add in value. So as Dawn said, and as Gabby said, your first tip for success strategies as we go into 2021. I know everybody excited for New Year's because it's 2021. I don't think much will change between the 31st of December and the 1st of January. So, as much as people are looking forward to me, it's going to be much the same. We have the vaccine, yes, but our immediate environment is going to be much the same. So what are we don't have control of the external environment. So what are we going to do personally? What are we going to do personally to ensure that our 2021 is not one of doom and gloom? So I'm swinging back, as I said, making a turn back to Dawn now. So Dawn, you had shared that one of the things for you was planning, yeah?
Yeah.
After you make sure you focus on the positive. And I was sharing before about mindset and positive and feeding your mindset. So that may be a lot of different things to feed your mindset. That may be looking at webinars like now. That may be reading a book. That may be looking at a YouTube session, course, doing an online course. What is critical and what it should be is having a positive tribe around you.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing snuffs life out of your joy, your dreams, your ambition, as when you have negative people around you telling you you can't do that. Telling you you're not enough, telling you you don't have the skills, telling you you're stupid. Probably not so directly, and some people do, but nothing kills your spirit more than having people around you, people you care about, telling you cannot do it because you're not enough. So I always say, the same way you're cleaning out your closet. I remember my mom used to clean up over Christmas, actually quite for Diwali, Christmas. But when you see New Year's is approaching the end of the year, it mustn't catch her with any dirty clothes in the bin, in the dirty clothes bin. Everything must be spotless, and she will actually clear out anything from her house that she didn't want, closet, before the new year. So likewise, I think we too need to clean out, to spring clean our circle of relationships, of friendships. And, we have to stop hanging on to those people and situations that no longer serve us. So for me, that is critical because it's very difficult to soar and to move forward. My husband has a way of saying, You can't soar like a turkey if you're surrounded. You can't soar like an eagle if you're surrounded by turkeys. You can't soar like an eagle if you're surrounded by turkeys. And that is so true. Yeah. So it's really about finding your tribe that can support you and take you to the next level. So swing to Dawn now. So Dawn, you talk about planning. Any other? So we talk about mindset, one strategy, second strategy, planning with you, Dawn. And Gabby showed us how to show up in spite of, yeah, in spite of what our mindset says at times. Yeah.
I,
So
so
Dawn, do you have any more tips from us after that planning?
sure, sure. One other
Yeah.
thing, in terms of not just planning, but also I have to say persevering, because perseverance is key to it. You will plan and
Yeah.
you will say, okay, I will use this. So by June, I will have accomplished X. And the truth of it is that we are not islands. So we depend on other people to
Mm.
either process, put the form through, whatever it is. And sometimes, and in my situation, well, June came and it went. July came and went. And I had a situation where they lost my documents 3 times. And I shared that. And your normal reaction would be, okay, I'm very upset about it. And, you fret and you carry on and stuff, but that does not help you get any closer to your goal. And you have to remember what is the end goal. So yes,
Mhm.
it's a distraction.
Stay focused.
You stay focused, it's a distraction, and you persevere. So we submitted it a second time, and it was lost a second time, and submitted a third time, which, kind of that stage one should really be quarreling and stuff. But you look at the situation, you say, does that help? No, it does not help. Does that help you to get it any closer? No, as a matter of fact, it may have been a hindrance in terms of it. So you persevere and you try and ensure that it goes through the process and you follow through, etc. So disappointments will happen, things will happen because they don't go according to plan. It does not mean that you will not achieve your goal. You may not achieve it at the date and time that you want it to. However, you will achieve it. And what you have to do is stay focused and persevere, and it will happen. So sometimes the universe wants us to slow down. I put it to that, and we need to learn the lessons from it. Okay, did I do something wrong in terms of the first time or the second time? So no, I'm not going to do it the same way the last time, and persevere. So I will say that's the lesson that I learned there.
All right. So after our mindset and our planning, we will have some obstacles. We will have some hiccups, unforeseen circumstances. And the question is, how do we respond? Do we respond, as someone said, do we get annoyed, angry with ourselves often? Often we get angry with ourselves. We beat ourselves up. Think about it, when you make a big error, you beat yourself up, you quarrel with yourself. As opposed to pausing, stepping back out of the chaos and trying to identify, either where did you go wrong or what went wrong, what did not go right, and what could we learn. Sometimes you could have done everything right, but external forces really working not in line with what you want to achieve. As Dawn said, people lost the document. She has no control over that. So it's how do we respond and what lessons can we learn from that little simple scenario? Because there will always be obstacles in our way. It's about really remaining focused. That was my word starting in 2020. Focused was my word, because sometimes I could get easily distracted, doing too many things and not prioritizing, efficiently. So focus is really the word even for 2021, because we'll more than be distracted. So I'm swinging back to Gabby now. Gabby, what else do you, in terms of your journey, what else could you share with us to help folks listening and looking on? I should say looking on.
I would say, well, two things in particular come to mind. Definitely have a support team, a support circle, as you spoke about before. There's no way that I could accomplish all these things without the persons around me. Because stepping into a digital world, I didn't know anything about videography, anything about editing, taking pictures. I didn't know anything about that. So I had to lean on my friends to help me do these things, help me write captions, help me come up with the recipes, all these different things. So even if you don't have an official team, have people in your corner that they are experts in their field and you can lean on them and outsource whatever it is, and you can focus on whatever you're good at. Therefore, you build your network and you can become even better than when you first started.
Yeah, that's a deep tip, Gabby, because many times we try to do everything on our own, whether we feel we have the skills or not, and sometimes we don't feel comfortable reaching out for help. Yeah, but it's really recognizing our skills, and actually, as the first foundation of self-leadership is really self-discovery, and in there is understanding our strengths and our weaknesses, so we can capitalize, just as you said, focus on what you do well. Focus on what you do well. And it's not necessarily about hiring a team. It could simply be in reaching out to your friends to see who can help. And folks, if you see Gabby's video, Gabby, I watched I went on your page, the bits with Gabs, balance bits with Gabs. Like that video that you did with the vegetables, and it was just sort of popping around your face.
Yeah.
I said, my girl, remember I told you, I said, my girl get fancy. It's not just a simple video. She had the food moving around and popping in
a
and
lot of
popping out.
antics.
I said, wow.
And would you believe I did that video and then I sent it to someone. I was like, okay, so what do you think about this? What can I fix? What can I do? I have somebody for editing. I have somebody for choosing music for videos. It's a full production.
I love it. I love it. So you're giving me a little tip here. So coming to you, Gabby. Watch out. I'm coming to you for some tips. Again, reach out for help if you need help. So as we talk about lessons learned and what strategies, and I always like to pinpoint and go back. So we spoke about mindset, yeah, having the right mindset so that we can go forward, so we can see the opportunities. A negative doom and gloom mindset will not take you where you want to go. You will not see the opportunities. You wouldn't be inspired to do the work. Okay, we talk about planning, that you have to plan the work and work the plan to keep motivated and keep going. We spoke about showing up, even if the mindset not 100% there, even you're not 100% confident, show up, and show up mean different things for different people. And I remember saying too, with respect to confidence and showing up, that so many times we feel we need to be confident to show up. We feel we need to be confident, Gabby, to start our blog. We feel we need to be confident to start a webinar, to start a video, to start anything, a side business, although side business isn't so side as people make it seem, but a business, you know, even if it is you want to volunteer, whatever it is you want to do, whatever is your goal, whether it's to start saving for your house or starting classes, and you have to make those steps to talk to people, and sometimes we are intimidated by others. It's not about another thing, having a conversation about the room with board of directors. You know, sometimes some people are afraid or not their best self when they show up in the boardroom. And it's not about being confident first before we show up. That's a myth. My folks, that's a myth. It's in the doing, it's in the showing up that we build the confidence. If we're waiting for confidence to do all our heart desires and to pursue our dreams, we will never move. We'll be sitting down in this chair forever. But when you do the work, when you show up, even quivering, you know, even with your voice quivering, even with your heart beating and jumping out of your chest, when we show up, it is the doing that we build that confidence. And we show up the next time and we build our confidence. And we show up the next time and we build our confidence. So let's not wait until we become confident or we feel confident before we show up. Let's show up, knees buckling, heart beating, whatever it is, shivering, frightened, afraid. Let's just show up and do the work. Yeah. So we spoke about all those approaches and strategies. Anything else you ladies want to add? Dawn, anything else you want to add?
Well, I would like to add in terms of the support. I just wanted to expand a little bit on support. Gabby had a
Definitely.
she had a different network in terms of support because she talked about, the help and, being able to
Yes.
pull all of that together. But sometimes you just need somebody that you could on a Saturday, if it's once a week, or if it's just a WhatsApp to message and say, hey, what people, it's a bad day.
Yeah.
And just to get feedback, don't worry, it will be all right. And that is all you need to get you to the next level. So support, and let me just talk about support from the beginning. So if I didn't join the first, what should I say, the first group in terms of thriving in the crisis, I would not have had the experience of support, because you recognize it's not you alone in the process, or at least you alone feeling the way that you're feeling. And that gives you comfort, not from a doom and gloom perspective, but you see other people and you understand, okay, fine, it's okay to feel that way. And I think that is the most important part of the what we refer to as the tribe.
Yes,
It
try.
gives you the security to be yourself without judgment, because most of the times with other people, whether it's friends or loved ones, you still have this kind of, well, boy, if they figure that they're having a weak moment here, they feel that they're not as strong as they're
Yeah,
supposed to be.
yeah.
But you're able to share without the judgment, and you get the support in terms of, okay, no, it's a bad day, but don't worry, tomorrow be better. And that's all you need sometimes to hear, yeah, tomorrow be better. And the support you get from the tribe really carries you. You feel like if you're on a wave and you're on it, and it's just carrying you through. So I think that is one of the benefits of a tribe, a group of like-minded persons with not necessarily similar goals, in the sense that you all have the same goals, but similar goals in terms of, you know, seeing opportunities and taking advantage of those opportunities. So that's the like-mindedness.
Yeah. And Dawn, I'm smiling and nodding my head as you're speaking. So what Dawn is referring to is our self-leadership mastermind tribe. We have been meeting twice a month on Saturday mornings at 10. And when I tell you that I am absolutely proud of these tribers, as Alicia coined. And
Yeah.
actually, these tribers actually came up with a definition of self-leadership. So that's a definition I'll be using going forward. They actually created their own definition that I'll be using going forward in the mastermind as what is self-leadership. And why I'm so proud of them, we have a WhatsApp group, as Dawn said, and sometimes you just need to check in and say, no, today not going good, and somebody lift you up. And I saw that. I didn't check in to see what was happening in the chat. And when I checked in, I saw that's exactly what happened. Somebody said that they're not going so good, and somebody else came in and chimed in and lift them up, and somebody else came in and chimed in, and that's what it was about. So it has taken a life of its own in terms of individuals supporting one another. And that really touched me deeply, because as Dawn said, we're not an island, and there are times when we do need that support to just keep us, afloat.
Yeah.
Yeah, afloat until the next day. That okay, this is today, tomorrow is another day. I always say tomorrow, every day is an opportunity to do better and be better. As the sun sets and the sun rises the following day, you have a new day and a new opportunity. So I more than endorse that support that Gabby spoke about, and the support that the tribe that Dawn went in further, because we always need our cheerleaders
Yes.
and we all need a tribe. I remember years ago as a child, my mother will take us to, this might kind of give away my age now. My mother will take us to, like, my God, you don't even know what I talk about when I call this building. My mother will take us to Princess Elizabeth building, around the Savannah, close to around the Savannah there. Don't you know what I'm talking about?
Of course, I know. I went to Princess Elizabeth.
Right,
Of
by
course.
the tennis courts around there.
Yes.
Well, at least
What
where it
used
used
to
to
be
be.
tennis
Yes,
court.
where it used to be,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So my mother used to take us there to see our brothers play basketball. They were in this team called Harambe. And I remember as a child, my mother will walk, now it's normal plank board for the stands, and my mother will walk with her cushion and we would go with her and we would be cheering them on. Go Harambe, go Dave, go Dave. And just in that whole atmosphere, it was almost magical. And they always performed well. I'm not saying that we caused it, but definitely we had a part to play. The team performed well. They went on to represent, the national colors, the country. And I always go back to that we all need cheerleaders, whether it's somebody at home, whether it's a tribe, as Dawn say, that you join a mastermind, or whether you have friends, as Gabrielle said, that you can reach out to support you. Don't attempt to do this work or walk this walk by yourself. You'll only stress yourself out. You'll only stress yourself out. Ladies, anything else?
I would say definitely, at least on my journey, you would definitely need a strong faith, a belief in something, because there would be times that you would just be working and you may not see the results right away. You may not see it 2 months after you do complete this project, but know that and trust in something that whatever you're working on, something is going to happen. Something is happening behind the scenes that you're not seeing right now, but it's going to happen. You just need to trust the process and continue pushing and working hard. Because sometimes it's really hard, not seeing anything happening at all. Calling you, bank account you may be drying up, all those things happening, but just know that something big is going to happen at the end of the day. He's not going to leave you alone to walk this journey alone.
Yeah, and I think that that walk of faith, I call it, it makes it easier, at least for me, because come what may, I know somebody has my back. I don't go in a zone of panic and worry. I tell people, and recently I was sharing with someone that I remember when before I started all of this, when I knew I was going to be terminated and I was kind of in a panic zone, signing up for different agencies here and there, and just in a sense, seeking advice and just in a sense of your head spinning. And I really got tired. And I just told myself, Charlene, pause, stop. And I did just that, stop. Cold turkey, stop. And I just released, and as I tell people, the old saying, let go and let God. And as I did that, everything just fell into place. As I did that, I got my first client without even looking. And that really started me on the journey that I am today. So even if I continue, that was 8 years ago. So even as I continue now, even as we're in COVID, even as it is challenging, there's no need to worry. One foot in front of the other. You don't have to see around the corner. You don't have to see up the staircase. All I need to do is every day get up with gratitude and put one foot in front of the other. Make sure, as I tell people, I treat everybody fairly so I can sleep at night. One goal in life, simple goal, to sleep at night. So, make sure I do good by others. And have faith. So I definitely support that, and I endorse that message. Having the faith to keep you going, your tribe, yes, but in your quiet moments, so your tribe is that buoyant, to keep you buoyant, but in your quiet moments, when everything around you seems so um, out of reach, and the situation seems so much bigger than you are, then you know that somebody even, God is even bigger than that situation. And there's no need to worry or panic.
And
That
one
actually,
last thing, at least in terms, sorry, Gabby,
Go ahead.
just wanted to say that in this whole process, I just wanted to express my appreciation of Charlene guiding us through the process, because without the facilitation from the beginning to now, there are many times when I'm certain I would have fallen off the bandwagon, as they would say, and it was always the little, if it wasn't an email or a little WhatsApp, whatever, it is just kind of checking in to see when you had this kind of, okay, well, I'll feel bad if I just say, I want to stop now. So,
Or doing your homework, Dawn, remember that thing with you?
yeah, but Charlie did the homework. No, I couldn't come on a Saturday without the homework done. So it did give us that that drive, that push to want to achieve, and I think that also helped. I mean, because of the tribe, and also because you knew that somebody else saw it in you to be able to do it, so therefore why can't I do it? So I really would like to express my appreciation for Charlene and her guidance, and really and truly coming up with the programs during the period when we really needed something positive to look for, or to focus on, rather than the COVID, as you'd say, COVID episode.
Yes, the COVID episode, the COVID series.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, thanks so much, Dawn. That's not even feedback, but such love really tells me that I've been guided the right way. And I want to say that the idea of that didn't come from me. It came from people like you, who reached out and said, they need some support. And then somehow, and I noticed divine guidance in designing the program, because I always want to go deep. Yeah, I never want the program to be just superficial information. I want people to go deep within themselves, self-discovery, self-appreciation, to inspire, to motivate themselves. So for me, that's only divine intervention. That you, Dawn, was looking for something like that somebody else. I see Abigail is on. So Abigail, hi Abigail.
Hi.
So she's on Facebook looking at us. So, people like Abigail and Dawn who reached out to me, most persons reached out to me and asked for a program like this. And because of that, the self-leadership mastermind was born. And as we went along the program, it was tweaked. And like I said, I always make sure, and I always pray, let me do something that will reach deep, not the surface level, because that's where the difference, we feel the difference when it reaches deep. So thank you so much, Dawn, well, it's really you designed the program. You just don't know that. Just by reaching out, yeah, because if you did not reach out, if you, Abigail, the others didn't reach out, I probably would not have designed such a program. And in fact, I would not have designed such a program.
What is you said, the universe conspires?
Yes, when you, that's Paulo Coelho,
Yeah.
the alchemist, when you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen.
Exactly.
That was the universe conspiring, a kind of reverse way, but the universe really conspired. And I, based on what Dawn says, it's really, really a powerful program for you to dig deep within your why. We do the 5th why, the why that makes you cry.
Yes.
What it is that really propels you forward to achieve your goals. Whatever, and your goal is your goal. It doesn't have to be anything grand, as I tell people. But it has to be something that reaches deep within you. And what are your values? We looked at values, and I'm thinking back because this were the early days. We looked at values, we looked at the deep why, something else we looked at earlier, Clark, before we define our goals. Yeah. So I know we have Nicole with us, and we have Vanessa came on pronto. Pronto, Vanessa is another fan. So thanks for joining us, ladies. You know, we have Abigail, we have Dion on Facebook looking on. Do you all have any questions for us? If you want, you can just use the chat if you want, or you could come on if you're brave enough on Zoom and share with us. Vanessa, oh, Nicole, brave man, yeah, I like that.
So, I came in a little late.
I saw, but
I have-
thanks so much for popping in. Nicole has been with us
Yeah,
since
I was
April.
another had our monthly full moon mandala making workshop. So
Nice.
I popped in a little some
I
mandala
like that.
meditation, you know, something to clear the mind going into the new year.
Yeah,
So,
love that.
I just wanted to say Happy New Year.
Oh, thank you so
Same
much,
to you.
Nicole.
Thank you. Many happy returns.
You.
Same to you. Same to you.
And sending blessings, more blessings for 2021 to you and your family.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to doing much more in the new year.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, we're all looking forward to be busy in the new year. We are, what you say, we're claiming.
I don't feel busy, just more intentional.
Yep. Well, you know, that focus word is about being intentional, because you have to make
Yeah.
decisions. Being focused reminds you and requires that you make a decision as to what to give your energy and time to. Yeah.
Yes, I've been paying attention, Charlene.
Yes, I know you have been popping in here. And then I know too, some people are quiet, but as somebody told me once, not because I'm not, making a comment, so doesn't mean I'm not reading or I'm not seeing. And it's, they said thank you very much. So I appreciate the quiet warriors in the tribe in the background. Yeah. So thanks so much, Nicole. Thanks for putting on your camera, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more visible in the new year. That's my
Okay.
that's what I'm
Okay.
trying to
That's a
step
good
out to the
goal.
back.
That's an excellent goal. I think we all need to have a goal like that.
The big I've gotten a lot in the last couple of years is I didn't know you do that.
Yeah.
So I'm really kind of trying to step out a little
Yeah,
more.
Nicole, on Saturdays, I started to have theme days in the Facebook group. So on Saturdays, we have showcase Saturdays so that you can showcase what you do. Because I myself, I know you do some art. I've seen you have done some art for Sophia, but I myself don't know specifically, the details, what you have to offer. Because, we will all like to support where we can, if we can, support our local artists. Yeah, so.
Well, I have some exciting stuff happening in the new year. I'll actually
Okay,
send you a
excellent.
picture.
Okay.
You can actually check my cover
That's-
page on Facebook. I have wire flowers coming.
Okay, lovely. So when we showcase Saturday, you can pop in the group, the Facebook
put it
group,
in the
showcase and put your link and a picture so you can all get excited. Not the link alone, because we need the picture to get excited. The picture and a link. So thanks so much, Nicole. Thanks a
Thank
million.
you.
Vanessa, are you still with us? Thank you.
Yes.
Vanessa, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Yes, she is.
Good night, everyone. Was multitasking and eating dinner at the same time. So
Hi,
no video.
Vanessa.
Hi,
That's
Dawn.
fine.
Ladies, I'm very proud of all of you. Charlene, I thank you for your leadership this year and steering us in the right direction. I don't think I could express how much it has helped me and helped others, because what I've learned through these groups, I do try my best to pass it on and share it with other people that I interact with. but it has all been positive, as Dawn said. I mean, there's a lot of negative in 2020, but there was also a lot of positive, and a great positive for me was this group and being part of what all that you had to deliver, Charlene. I know I did not experience everything, but it was really, really helpful. And I pray that God could continue guiding you in 2021 to continue delivering even more.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. Thank you for your support. Thank you, everybody, too, for pouring into me so that I could serve. I always tell people, like, I come from a place and a home of service. You know, the days when my mom used to make a patapela and put it in the boxes and head down Independence Square to give it out, just by the cathedral there. So that's what I know. A life and a home of service, and I continue her tradition even now with my children. And then what I do. So what I do is really about service. I think that's what makes it the difference for me. It's more about service than anything else. And I really get a joy when I get feedback, like you shared, Vanessa, when I see Gabrielle with National Flour Mills. I mean, she's now a host of staff. I had to come and ask for her autograph. When can you imagine that? Look, I step myself, look where Gabrielle has come. When I hear Dawn share so deeply, and I know that she had her goals for her business and that she is a stickler for getting her goals. When I hear her share so deeply about how the tribe has supported her when she needed support, you know, that kind of, I don't like to call it feedback, but that kind of love, that kind of sugar, as I tell people, give me some sugar. That kind of sugar is what fills me up and let me know for sure that I am walking the path that the good Lord had set out for me. So I really thank you so much for pouring your love into me so that I have now that I can pour out. Now, I know Abigail was with us on Facebook. Abigail, are you still there? Do you have any questions, Abigail, or any comments? Let me see if Abigail is still with us. I keep on the glasses to see. Let me just see if she is there. Sometimes people may step away. All right. So as we wrap up this afternoon, because hey, we're almost a minute away. So as we wrap up this evening, I want to thank you, Dawn. I want to thank you, Gabrielle, and of course, Vanessa, Nicole, Abigail, and Dion, who logged on. We will have it recorded so people can always view it after. And I just want to recap some of the things that we said in terms of strategies going forward for 2021. So key thing there is mindset, come what may. Our mindset drives everything we do, everything we say. So without the right mindset, without the mindset of it's not just positive thinking, without the mindset of possibilities, without that growth mindset, we will not be able to see the opportunities before us. It's about planning. So that was the first one, point one. The second point was really about planning, plan the work and then work the plan. I'm trying to remember from my head here. The third one, if I remember, was about showing up. I may have missed one, I don't know. But it's about showing up. I know Gabby said that she started with just one post. That she didn't think it was anything, but others thought it was something. And sometimes that happens. We do a post, and for us, it's just typical. You just do the post and they walk away, but it touches people in a different way. And sometimes we can't even figure out how to repeat it because it was so organic and so authentic and so natural, and that if we try to repeat it, we fail. Because it was just organic and natural, and you just touch people the right place at the right time. So it's about showing up even when we are not feeling 100%, comfortable, 100% confident. It's about showing up showing up, doing the work. So that was 1, 2, 3. What was the number 4? The tribe.
Yeah.
So the fourth strategy and tip and approach is having a tribe, having support. And that support could be in your home, it could be your friends, it could be a mastermind, as Dawn said. But it's really having that tribe that you could tap into when you need assistance. You have to know what your limitations are. And also to tap into when you need lifting up, because every day would not be Sunday, every day will not be Christmas Day. And there are times we do need somebody to say, as Dawn shared, tomorrow will be another day. Tomorrow will be another day. Tomorrow will be better. It's okay to feel that way now. You got this girl, tomorrow will be another day. So it's about having your tribe. And we also spoke about having faith, being able to walk a walk of faith, and knowing that the good Lord, for those who, subscribe and believe, that the good Lord has your back, that we don't have to see what's, I could testify on the street corner, just tell me which corner you want me to go to. You don't have to see what's happening around the corner. You just have to walk in faith one day at a time, sweet Jesus, one foot in front of the other, but keep going. So those are our tips for you. I celebrate all you ladies and notice it's a tribe of ladies, eh? So you see how we have funneled down, because we did have a few men when we did the tribe in April, the session. But understand how we have funneled down to ladies, who's really our tribe. It has been a natural selection, a natural attrition, a natural funneling. So it's really a tribe of women supporting women to take them where they want to go. I will be having a self-leadership, the same self-leadership mastermind. We will be having it again at the end of the month. I'm also celebrating my birthday in between there. So I have to do something. I know I should have figured out already, but before January 11th, I will figure out what gift I will be giving to you people, because for me, it's my birthday, so I need to give. So I thank everyone for hopping on. Do I have to see? Oh, thanks, Dion. I see Dion just said, wonderful job, ladies.
Thank you.
So much for your support. I mean, Dion has always been there, giving advice and support. So thank you so much as being part of the team. Really good support. So I appreciate it. So it's Happy New Year, ladies. After all our strategies, our tips, we should have had something here to drink. Anybody else? They have a little edge in the fridge. At least I could say, Happy New Year. We wish everybody, we have one day to go for the countdown. So I wish everyone a Happy New Year. Encourage you to keep focused, to keep the faith, and to keep walking one foot in front of the other. And we will definitely connect again for the new year as we invest in ourselves. And when I tell invest, I'm telling people time, take time for yourself. Yeah. As we look forward to leading ourselves out of this crisis. So Gabrielle, Dawn, Vanessa, Nicole, Abigail, Dion, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, and all those who will be looking at us in the future. Bye.
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 Thank you. You're welcome.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Be here.